In a world where the truth isn't always what it seems, four masters of real estate step forward to help put the E first in the word true. TREU. Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed. And now, here's the Fantastic Four of Real Estate with their host, Tom Platania.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another great Thursday morning edition of Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed, or TREU Radio, as we like to say, because we put the E first in the word true, so we can educate you folks so that you can, well, help to learn whether you want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. We want to make sure that we provide you with the right information to make that decision. So you can either go find one of our fantastic four realtors who are here on the show with us that have, gosh, between the four of them, about 100 years of experience in the real estate market and all kinds of great stuff. There's not too much that they don't know how to do, or they don't have, what was that? Or there's not too much that they don't know where to find that information from.
I thought you were just calling me old. And I'm the young one. Come on.
I don't think we don't have anybody old on the show. We don't have anybody old. Even the beautiful Miss Carol Morgan, who, boy, I tell you, we talk about Fantastic Four. We're shrinking here. We got in the studio with us. We have Mr. Andrew Sesta and Scott McAllister. Mr. Farouk Ali, I guess, is just fresh back from Canada, so he's probably trying to catch up on his time.
He's probably trying to thaw out a little bit. I know it was still cold up there.
And but I do know that on the line with us we have the beautiful Miss Carol Morgan, who hopefully is not driving while she's on the phone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
No, I'm not driving.
Good
Morning, Carol.
Where
Good
you
morning.
folks headed?
We are headed to Key West.
Oh, break my
Nice.
heart.
Yeah.
Jealous.
This is my girls' Mother's Day present to me, which was a long weekend in Key West at their expense. So
Wow.
they've handled all of it. We've got a day at the spa, and we're just going to relax
Wow,
and
nice.
enjoy.
Good for you. You've earned it. You
Bar
have
tab
earned it.
included, or?
Probably,
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Nice kids.
but I won't let that happen.
Are my kids out there listening?
Hint, hint.
Father's Day's coming up in another month.
Yeah, I have two great girls, so
Awesome.
I'll tell you, they spoil their mom.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Well, folks, you can always go to TREURadio.com. Now, that's TREU Radio.com, and you can watch us live on the internet. You can go and find out about any one of our realtors here on the show if you have any questions. And actually, something brand new that we have a phone number specifically now for the realtors on the show. So if at any time you have any questions, you can contact them directly. Now, let's get a pen and paper. I'm going to give you that number in just a second. But there's a lot of information. So if you go to TREU Radio and you start listening back through some of the shows, and all the shows have a heading on them. So if there's something specific that you want to look for or listen to, go there, listen to that, and then you can pick up the phone and contact this phone number to speak to one of our educated realtors who can help you or guide you in the right direction. So that number for the realtors is 772-444-2590. That's 772-444-2590. And now what that'll do is bring you into a phone system, and you'll be able to find one of the realtors. Just leave your information. And if there's a specific realtor that you are looking for, leave that information, and then they will contact you back immediately. So, and I want to give kudos to Scott on that one for getting that all set up and organized. And
I pressed buttons.
you pressed buttons. Yeah, I heard you're good at that. At least that's what Mom said, He's really good at pushing buttons. So TREURadio.com, and don't forget, go to like us on Facebook, Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed on Facebook. You need to go there because we often talk about the topics, the shows that are going to be up and coming, but we're always looking for information because the questions that you have are the reason that we do the show.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Pick our brains.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
Right.
they're there for.
Need to help educate.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I know that there's everybody listening out there has a question about something. No matter how crazy you think it is, people say, "Oh, that's a dumb question," but if you don't know the answer to it, it's never a dumb question.
Especially when that answer could save you thousands.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's that bit of education that really it made me think of why I thought this would be a really good topic for this week. We actually were out on a listing appointment, and a lot of times what people are bringing in a realtor for, especially someone with a lot of experience, they're bringing someone in to guide them. What do I have to do to my house? How do I prepare my house to get the most value out of it?
Right.
And that's something that we are truly educated and knowledgeable at. We can really help with that. And some people are like, oh, should I put a new pool in? Should I spend this, spend that? And that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today is what things you can do.
Okay.
And what kind of value you can get for it, getting your house ready to sell. Say kids are out of town, right, or kids are out of school right now. This might be the time to start getting your house ready, put it on the market so that it's there for the people who are coming in for the next school year.
Right.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and then also if you want to go, maybe they're going from elementary to high school or something, and you want to move. Maybe you're up in Port St. Lucie. You want to come down here to Martin County because you heard that the school systems down here are just absolutely phenomenal in Martin County. So, that gives you plenty of time to put your house on the market, get what you need, sell the home, hopefully, with a great realtor like we have, and that makes a difference between whether you guys know that whether a house is going to sell or not.
Definitely.
I mean, a lot of it has to do with the realtor.
Realtor and the price. Price is big.
But yeah, price is big. But the right realtor
definitely
is going to guide the homeowner in the right direction, and not go, oh, you want to sell that $400,000 house for $399 when it's barely worth $350? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, I'll put it on the market for you. And 6 months later, when you sit there twiddling your thumbs, you've only showed the house once because everybody looks.
Shame on that realtor for taking an overpriced listing.
Yeah. A lot of people
you don't
just
ever want to give people false hope.
A lot of people just like to put billboards on people's lawns, as they drive by. It's funny because yesterday at our meeting, Christy brought up a fact that somebody asked her, why don't I see all kinds of Keller Williams signs all over the place? And her answer was, well, because we sell them so fast that they don't last. The sign's not up in the on the lawn. And I know I've driven by some real estate signs that look like they've been there for years.
They're all faded out.
They have rust on them. It's like, man, I should give them a call. That we can't do that. So
we're really good at putting signs in your lawn.
Right.
No, but it's all about marketing. It's not anyone with a license can list a property.
Yeah.
But what we do is we market. We figure out what its market value is, and then use social media, use traditional media, use whatever is out there to market the property to get it sold for the best price and as quickly as possible.
And because you guys have it's not just the MLS with all the other realtors, but because you have such a strong family of almost 200 realtors.
Yeah, when we sit at our meeting, it's like, there's 60, 80 people that we're, pitching the listing to even before it's in the MLS.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of times. So, we definitely have the power of numbers. But the biggest thing, Tom, is the technology. You have to stay above, in front of the curve. And like last night, we had a mastermind yesterday with our ALC, and we were talking, to different top agents. And one of the agents in the meeting sent me a link to this new system where you could kind of do everything paperless on your iPad,
Nice.
signing and document storage and doing a whole listing presentation, sale, paperwork, everything at the touch of your iPad. So
is that different than the dot loop?
Yeah, it incorporates different, either dot loop.
Was that
or
the paperless
DocuSign.
agent system?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I did that, and I don't fully 100% implement it, but the things you can do on the iPad, especially with the younger customers who are more comfortable with me using the iPad.
It was really good. So I sat through the they have like a webinar, and then you always go to YouTube and YouTube all kinds of stuff like that. So I spent a good couple hours researching yesterday, and then trying to implement it. I was up till like 1 o'clock in the morning because I was having such a good time. I'm like, wow, this is really cool, And
you can you tweak it, modify it for your own needs?
Yeah, it's
nice.
Amazing. The technology is amazing.
Yeah, nowadays it's amazing. You talk about YouTube though. It's funny. I had the Comcast guy at my house yesterday, and he installed like this new X1 thing that Xfinity has, which round about that. So I asked him. I said, well, what app is it for you to download? Because you're supposed to be able to talk into your phone. He goes, I don't know. He goes, go on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thanks.
YouTube's amazing. You
Oh,
can
it
find out
is.
so much
Anything you
information.
want to know. I mean, anything you want to know, it's on
And
there.
some things you don't.
It's
Yeah,
you
a
got-
lot of things we don't actually.
Yeah. We won't talk about that, Scott.
Yeah. Right.
I saw that video.
I hope your mom hasn't.
Hey, you guys are out of control now.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's only 3 of us in here. There's no one to put a leash on us.
All
So
guys,
we're
all guys.
Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, what we're going to be talking about today on our show is we're going to help you understand cost versus return on investment. You know, just because you're looking to sell your home doesn't mean that you can just start making all kinds of improvements, and the next person that comes along is going to say, "Oh, wow, that's exactly the amount of money you paid for it. You spent 10 grand on a kitchen. Oh, I'll give you 12 grand for it because I just love what you did." It's just not going to happen.
yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, and you always, people talk about, oh, it's Florida, you have to have a swimming pool. So you're going to spend $15,000 on the swimming pool. You're not going to get that money back.
No.
Yeah. And
So-
you're not going to get a pool for $15,000.
I put a pool in 2 years ago. Where are you going to get one for $15,000?
Walmart,
Yeah.
they got the little one.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
plastic one.
That's-
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
right.
the-
The baby pool.
The one with the little shamus on the side of it. You can tell I have not
Hey,
installed a pool.
years ago in my poorer days, I actually did that where you just get the inflatable one filled with water. You're coming after work and
And
you're
just
laying in
sit
it,
in
but
it,
your legs are hanging over the edge.
Too funny.
So, are you considering selling your home? Maybe your children are getting out of school. Maybe a lifestyle change is putting the thought in your head about selling your home. Well, today we're going to discuss what projects will have the greatest impact on the sale of your home and what their potential return on the increase in the sale price of your home. Now, this information is actually coming from a couple great sources. One of them is the construction cost estimates were generated by Remodel Max, which is a publisher estimating tool that remodelers typically use. Also, when we look at the resale value, this actually came from the National Association of Realtors and Realtor Magazine, where over 200,000 emails were sent out and over 4,500 National Association of Realtors participated in this information that we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to go ahead and take our first quick break. Now remember, TREURadio.com. You can go there right now. You can like us. You can chat with us. Maybe you have a question and you don't want to give us a call here at the show. But if you want to call the show, give us a call, 772-220-9788. That's 220-9788. TREU Radio. We'll be right back.
Customer service and great rates. That's what you get with Atlantic Insurance Advisors. Remember, everyone's just one torrential downpour away from a flood. And with rates as low as $129 per year, why would you not get coverage? Call 772-233-4444 or email flood@atlanticinsurance.us and save hundreds on all your insurance needs. That's 772-233-4444, 233-4444 for Atlantic Insurance Advisors. Are you selling your home? Wondering how you're ever going to move all your belongings? Well, don't wonder. Call the trusted moving professionals from Mr. Small Move. Their staff of full-time movers are ready to take the stress out of your next move. Mr. Small Move will safely pack, move, then place and assemble your belongings at your new location. So if you're moving, call the trusted professionals at Mr. Small Move. For a free estimate, call 283-5540. That's 772-283-5540 for Mr. Small Move. Has a recent foreclosure, bankruptcy, or short sale spoiled your credit? Fidelity Funding may be able to help. Their hometown lenders are specially trained to work with your credit history to find the perfect loan program and get you back on track. Even if credit is no problem, Fidelity Funding offers many dynamic loan programs. Call Fidelity Funding on the Treasure Coast at 772-237-5211. They work day in and out with realtors in your community to find you the house you love. Call 237-5211 for Fidelity Funding. Every 13 seconds, a home intrusion is committed in the United States, with property loss totals in the billions. Take action today to prevent it from happening to you with ADT, protecting homes and businesses for more than 136 years. Protect Security is your authorized ADT dealer on the Treasure Coast. Call Richard Stratman today at 772-708-2691. Protect Security and ADT, offering peace of mind security 24/7. Call today, Protect Security, 708-2691. Dramatic change invites invigorating new energy. Let Decorating Den Interiors create a dramatic change in your home's decor. They'll create a look that's important to you. Begin your home's gorgeous transformation by calling Decorating Den Interiors on the Treasure Coast at 692-8589. Visit their waterfront design studios on Southeast Osceola Street, downtown Stuart, and online at stewartdecorator.com. When you buy a home without a housemaster inspection, things can break down without warning. When things break down without warning, you get angry. When you get angry, you may commit acts of random violence. When you commit acts of random violence, you could do hard time. Don't do hard time. Call Housemaster for your home inspection needs. 772-336-2111, or visit them on the web, stlucy.housemaster.com.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jupiter, and Indiantown, Martin County's Heritage Station.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed, TREU Radio. I'm Tom Platania, your host. And we're here today in the studio with Scott McAllister, Andrew Sesta. Mr. Farouk Ali just happened to get back from Canada, so he's taking just a little slight hiatus to get himself back acclimated. We have the beautiful Carol Morgan on the phone with us here just so that she could help to participate and put her years of knowledge to good use with us. But we're going to do our segment, Hot Around Town, and for Scott's Hot Around Town, we're going to actually go to the phone lines for the lovely Valerie. Good morning, Valerie.
Good morning. Good morning, Scott and Tom and Andrew and
we have Carol on the line, too.
Carol.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Valerie.
Good,
So,
good.
what is it you have to tell us,
here-
Valerie?
I'm here at the Ark with Tracy House, and she's organizing one of the benefits for the Ark and wanted to talk about the Ark and how important and how fun the Hurricane Stock-Up Party will be and how important it is for those they help.
All right, now real quick, what is the ARC?
Hey, this is Tracy House. The ARC is Advocates for the Rights of the Challenge.
Okay.
We work with developmentally disabled from 3 to 103, which includes autistic, Prader-Willi syndrome, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome. So any kind of developmentally disabled we work with.
Okay. And the event that you have coming up?
We have the Hurricane Stock-Up Party, which is very important because in the Martin County we have 9 group homes, which the state requires us to fill and make sure all the supplies are there, whether there's a hurricane or not. And we also have the emergency shelter that we run during hurricanes, which anybody with developmentally disabled individuals in their homes can come to. So it costs us about $20,000 a year to do this.
Okay.
And so this year we're throwing a hurricane party over at Twisted Tuna on May 29th.
And where's Twisted Tuna located?
Twisted Tuna is the old Finn's down in the Manatee Pocket.
Okay. For people who know that. Okay. And is there somewhere where people can get in contact with you to participate?
Absolutely. They can buy tickets online. It's $20 in advance, $25 at the door. It's www.arcmc.org, or they can call us at the office, 772-283-2525.
Perfect.
And what we do is we ask everybody to bring a gift card that night, whether it's the Publix or Lowe's or Home Depot, so that we can actually take those gift cards and stock up the group homes for all the individual supplies that we need.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, ladies, for calling in.
How fun it will be.
All right, appreciate it.
It's going to be great fun, so that's the other good thing.
Perfect. Hey, we always like to have
Fun
a lot
is
of
good.
fun. Always like to have some fun.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much,
Thank
ladies.
you,
We
ladies.
appreciate that. All right. And for anybody who might have missed any of that, you can always go back and watch the archive of the show. and listen, get the phone numbers and everything. And that's the cool thing about doing the show where we can archive it onto the internet, is because if you are listening to it, you have to step away from your desk or you have to turn the radio down for a moment. You can always go back. You can always listen. You can find things that you might have missed. But Andrew, what do you have for Hot Around Town today?
My Hot Around Town is actually a plea for help.
A plea for help.
Yes, I have this beautiful family in Port
think,
St.
wasn't
Lucie.
Didn't they just call in?
Yeah.
Is this for
well,
you? Or?
I don't know if they can help me, but I have this beautiful family in Port St. Lucie, and I've been trying to find them a home for the past 30 days. Nadell and Eric, beautiful couple, and they have a couple of kids, and they just had their in-laws move in with them. So they're a little cramped in the house that they're in. So I really need some help. I've been combing the MLS. I've been everywhere trying to find them a home.
Okay.
So if there's any realtors out there that are listening or any sellers out there that possibly want to sell, these are cash buyers. I need a 4-bedroom, 2-bath in the 34953 zip code.
Okay.
So if any of you have anything out there, please, give us a call, because I desperately need to get this family into a decent sized
great,
home,
absolutely.
so they're not, on top of each other. Great family, and I'd really like to help them out. So if you can give us a call at 772-444-2590 and just leave us a message, or any of your realtors out there that know who I am, send me an email, flag me down, because I really want to get these people a house.
Perfect.
Andrew, call me when I get back in town. I have an investor that maybe just has what they're
Great.
looking
And
for.
any help
it's in the
anybody
53
has.
area code.
And
Awesome.
that's the power of Keller Williams.
There
Yeah,
you go.
definitely.
There you go.
Or go back into my back agent and see the posts that I put up there with the houses that are listed for my pocket listing,
Okay.
and they're in there.
Okay, well, definitely look, and shout out to Nadell. I know you're listening out there, and we're really trying to get you a house real soon.
That's a great way. See, and that's what TREU Radio is all about, is being able to communicate, market to the communities, and help. So if anybody out there knows and can help us out, please do. So now let's take a look at, so we're starting off, okay, I'm a family. I'm thinking about the kids getting out of school. Me and my wife are sitting down and we say, you know what, let's go ahead and sell it. Let's go ahead and upgrade to something a little bit bigger. The kids need some more space. The little 3x3 room that we've had them living in all these years just doesn't work. We got to put them in maybe a 6x6 room now.
Stack them on top.
Yeah, the Harry Potter in the cupboard.
Well, I think the first thing, and I'm going to take that time because I'm going to have to cut off here soon.
Okay, go ahead.
I think the first thing that's very important when you're putting your house on the market for sale is curb appeal.
Yes, definitely.
So many times people will drive by houses and they see it's for sale, even though before they've called us, or even when we're already starting to work for them, and they say, we've seen this house at 123 Anywhere, and we would really like to see this house because outside it just looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Thing. You need to make sure your outside of your home is groomed. If it needs painting, paint the darn thing. It's not that expensive.
Right.
Get your curb appeal very good and looking. And then on the inside of the house, I think that the two most things is, one, remove the clutter. So if you've got a lot of clutter in your house, declutter it. The second is to clean your closets. I can't tell anybody how important it is to go through your closets and arrange your closets. So get rid of all those funky plastic hangers or whatever. Go down to Sam's or wherever the grocery stores and get these new thin finger hangers. They're usually black, and they minimize your closet so it doesn't look like everything is all cluttered in there.
Yeah,
I had a
definitely.
gal up in Port St. Lucie that did that. I had a house list that I told her, you got to clean this closet out. And she did, and it was what a difference. Because otherwise the closet looks too small. But when you declutter your closets and you hang these hangers back up and everything is organized, you would be amazed how much bigger your closets look.
Yeah, that's
Very
one of my
important.
biggest. When someone asks me that question, Tom, the first thing I tell them, and it's very elementary, it's just clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be surprised because usually if we go on a listing appointment, it's usually a couple of days notice, and hey, we're going to be coming over. Especially if you already know that you're listing it, And I'm just amazed sometimes when I go in some of these houses, and it's like, clean it up a little.
So much stuff. And people sometimes, agents say take down all of your family pictures. I don't believe in that. But I don't think that you should have a tremendous amount of them out
Yeah, the
there.
clutter is usually the big thing. You know, you want to
It's the clutter.
declutter. A lot of people have a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah.
and
I mean, I had a client that she actually packed 3 boxes of family pictures out of there, and the next time I walked in that house, I went, wow,
yeah,
what a difference. But
Just
she still
opens
had
it up.
family pictures up, just not so many.
right.
Makes
No,
a difference.
And it doesn't just make the difference as the appeal, but that appeal increases the sale value. I mean, making a place look bigger,
Yeah.
you're talking thousands of dollars mentally in someone's head that they add on.
Because some people just don't have that ability to, you might say as a realtor, well, don't just try to envision this not here or whatnot. But some people just don't have that capability to do that.
Right.
No,
So,
people don't.
yeah.
And not even just people, but professionals. We've had a house, and this was for my brother's in-law. We're going to put her house on the market. It was appraised, and when she still had all her clutter and it wasn't all set up. When it went to sell later, about 3 months later, after we had staged it and everything, it appraised for $6,000 more than it did just 2
Just by
months
cleaning
before,
up.
because the appraiser
Yep.
just thought it looked bigger.
Just
Wow.
more presentable, and it's easier to see. You know what the
It's more marketable, guys. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's what it all boils down to. It's much more of a marketable house.
Yeah, and you couldn't see. I mean, I think what you said about the curb appeal, that's the number one thing that I look at. I mean, when
Yeah.
I was driving around, even when I was driving around with realtors before, they would say, oh, I got these great houses, blah, blah, blah. They would pull up into the driveway, and I would just immediately say, not interested.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you haven't seen the house yet. I don't care.
Right.
If this is what the outside looks like, I can only imagine what the inside. I'm
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
and you can't always take that for heart either, because some
Yeah.
people take very, very meticulous care of the inside of their houses. They just don't know how to take care of the outside of their home.
Yeah.
So we just have to guide them in that. We can tell them people that we can refer to them that we've used who do, lawn maintenance, they can trim the bushes, they can plant some trees.
Yeah.
There are people out there that can help them do that.
Yeah, go to for $1, a couple dollars. You go to, Lowe's or Home Depot or something and get some,
Some
colorful,
mulch, yeah.
mulch or some flowers or something like that, and it take you, a half hour to do all that, and you'd be amazed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I'll tell my people, I say, put some color out there.
Yeah.
Go down to the garden center and buy yourself some pots and put some pots with flowers out there. But what you have to remind them to do is you have to remind them to water them. Because they're not used to taking care of flowers.
No,
You
and
have
even
to water them, guys. You're
Yeah,
Florida.
it's totally that like you're saying, that curve of, the grass looking good, having the pots
Yep.
out front. If people have a nice porch, and because porches just really sometimes have that homey feel, I've
Yep.
just recommended them, like, run down to the store, get a couple of those colorful Adirondack chairs and stick them on the
what,
porch.
what?
You know those Adirondack chairs, little plastic ones, but not the
Laid
cheapy
back.
ones. They're heavier.
Oh, okay.
They sell them
West
outside,
side.
at home.
Adirondack.
Yeah, and those they're colorful. You put them on a porch, they just make it look homey. Like, oh, I'm going to sit out there and drink lemonade.
Yeah, there's so many little things that you can do, like you said, for the curb appeal, and it's really not that expensive. And, a lot of times we get people ask us, hey, should we put granite in the kitchen or this or that? And a lot of times, I mean, I know for myself, depending on the area, and, every house is a little bit different, but, for the most part, a fresh coat of paint, that just does so much, to open up if there's a dark color in there, the rooms are
Right.
dark, because, keeping the house, light, airy. Sometimes it's a
Radiant
matter
orchid.
of, radiant orchid is a color.
And all of these bold colors they've gotten in these rooms, like that wonderful purple we talked about a while ago, and oranges and reds and the dark burgundies, get rid of them. Put it into a neutral color, because people cannot visualize.
Right,
So many people cannot visualize what a coat of paint will do on a house.
right.
As an
Definitely.
example, I had a house that I had showed that had those colors in it. And I showed it to these people. The floor plan and everything, where it was setting, how it was laid out, everything was perfect. But the walls were too bold colors. And I said, it's a cosmetic issue. It's paint. It's just paint. Well, they walked away from the house. So I told my seller what they needed to do. I said, well, you really need to paint this house. They painted the house. The buyers came back and said, you know what, maybe we need to revisit this house. They've seen it with fresh paint on it, all neutral colors. They said, we don't know why we didn't love this the first time. It's gorgeous. So it's just paint.
Have any of you ever gotten in a position where you go in and they fix the lawn, they paint, they redo some things, and then they sit back and they go, you know what? I don't think I want to sell. This is really. I think I'm really liking this.
Fortunately, I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't had that happen, but yeah.
But you know,
I've heard that. I've heard them say, well, maybe we shouldn't sell, but they end up selling.
Yeah.
So. Well, listen, guys, my ride just arrived.
Okay, have a safe trip. Enjoy.
Enjoy, Carol.
I will. I'll see you all on Tuesday. Have a great weekend.
You
All
too.
right, take care,
Thanks,
Carol.
Carol.
And happy Mother's Day to you.
Oh, again, thank you.
Eh,
All right.
But
Bye-bye.
you know, to Andrew's point when he was saying, when people ask, how much money should I spend? Should I go and put granite in here? You know, we were just looking at a house that we're going to take a listing, and the kitchen needs a little touch up, and they're like, should we do all this? And we're like, spend the little money, spend the little things to make the little touches. You know, dust, clean up, put that fresh coat of paint. As far as redoing a kitchen, how do you know you're going to redo it the way the person that's buying it wants?
Right. Huge.
So when we advertise or we market that, we're saying, hey, you're coming into a house, it's ready to be set up the way you want it. So you can come in and spend the $30,000 on, say you want Corian. Corian's becoming really big as an alternative now. People are getting sick of granite. You know, maybe they want to go into that direction.
Right. Okay. What I like to do for those, like when people say that, if they have an outdated kitchen or something like that, what I'll do is I'll just bring in a professional in there just to give some bids and maybe, you know, do a markup of, you know, different styles of kitchens and just put them out as a display. Because what it is, a lot of times a buyer will come in there and say, wow, you know, this kitchen needs to be redone. And, you know, they think it's going to be, you know, 30, 40, 50,000, which in reality here, I mean, you know, depending on the type of kitchen.
Right.
I mean, with about 18,000, you could really put in a nice kitchen in a lot of these houses here. I know I was looking at your numbers and the national numbers, and those are probably union worker prices. But realistically, you know, a kitchen remodel, it depends on how extravagant you want to go.
Well, the minor kitchen remodeling, according to the ROMAX here in the National Realtor Association, actually the minor kitchen remodeling is right around 14,825, and you will, according to the National Association of Realtors, you will recuperate 83% of that cost if you were doing it. Now, the high end major kitchen remodeling, which would be gutting everything, all brand new appliances, you're looking at you're looking at 30. Actually, it goes from 40,000 to 54,000.
I work with a lot of investors, and we buy a lot of these foreclosures and change them out. And so like I said, for, you know, $13,000, $15,000 in this area, again, you know, those are national numbers, of course. But
no, actually, this is for this area.
Is it?
This is for the South Atlantic side, because you get when you go to this website, and I got this information off of remodeling.com, and correlated with National Association of Realtors, you click on the certain area, and this is the Florida coast. But what it is it's based on actually remodelers have a software program that they use in order to estimate the job costs. Now, of course, it's all going to be a matter of, okay, what do the kitchen cabinets look like? Are they going to be different, or is it going to be is it going to be Formica, or is it going to be so? Absolutely, all the changes.
But my point, like, you know, validating what Scott just said, you know, he may want to redo a kitchen and put, you know, I like dark woods. Okay, so if I was redoing my kitchen, it'd be dark wood. I've walked into houses with buyers and they say, "Oh my God, dark wood!" No, it turns them off. So it doesn't matter. You just spent 20, 30, 50, 60,000 redoing it. It doesn't give them the value. It's much better off. It's just like you said, keep it clean. Maybe if there's some door handles, door knobs, you know, that kind of stuff to spruce it up. Paint is huge, and it's very cheap. I mean, a fresh coat of paint just goes such a long way. So a lot of times I don't suggest major change-outs. What I'll suggest is repairs.
Yeah.
You know, if you look up and there's stains in the ceiling or there's wood rot, those are the things that I like to have addressed in the house, because you want it to come through the home inspection nice and clean, so there's no issues, you know, and you feel good about selling a solid house.
Exactly.
You know, decorations and all that kind of stuff is left up to taste.
Yeah.
And
but keep it to a minimum.
Exactly. And what I tell a lot of even the buyers too, it's, you know, this is like options. It's like when you go buy a car. You buy a car and, you know, it's got all the fancy package 1, package 2, package 3 kind of thing. You're spending all this money on all these options. 5 years from now, all those 3 options, the car is worth the same.
Yeah.
You know, it just makes it comfortable, you know, for your comfort level to live comfortably the way you'd want to live. Like we talked about a pool. pool is the worst investment you could make in a house.
Yeah, it's actually, I don't even think it's on our list here as a recommended. Believe it or not, the number one return on investment is actually your cost to recoup is 101%.
And that would be the steel door, right?
The steel front door gives you, and it estimates around $1,100. Or $1,162 would be approximate job cost, and you could potentially recuperate 101% of that versus some of the other one. Like one of the worst ones, believe it or not, is the bathroom addition. They got a bathroom remodel for about $11,000. They got a bathroom addition for about $38,000, but you're only getting 62% back on that.
Right.
And even more so than a kitchen, bathrooms are personal. Some people love the glass bowl, sink. Some people think that's pretentious. It's you might have a brand new bathroom and someone walks in and goes, I want to rip this out and put a new one.
That's my point. That's
and that's a good idea. What you're talking about, Andrew, is where you have somebody come in and set stuff out.
You have some drawings set up and say, hey, you want this, you want that, and so it gives them a sense of because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll tell a seller, well, let's do a concession. In other words, let's give $2,500 concession back to the buyer for new carpeting or countertops or what, because then they could come in here and they could get the colors they want.
Yeah, that makes sense.
that kind of thing.
And that sounds like a really good faith good faith move on the seller's part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, I don't push a lot. I mean, I had one customer in Palm City. She had to redo the kitchen, and I know that granite sells, and I'm like, yeah, but it's gonna, you're not gonna get your money back out of it. And they didn't listen. They went ahead and got the granite. They got a black, really dark black granite. Well, the feedback was everyone else that came in there and said, I love granite, but why black? you know what I mean? So
yeah,
that was
a bad. Yeah, that was a bad.
You're better off if if you want to give a concession for granite or that kind of thing. But to kind of spend that kind of money.
Unbelievable. We're going to go ahead and take a next quick break. And remember, 772-220-9788. Give us a call here at the studio. Have you done any home remodeling lately in order to get your house ready for sale? Give us a call. We'd love to hear it. Maybe some costs and what maybe if you did sell your home, did you get a great value back for it? 772-220-9788. TREU Radio. We'll be right back.
Customer service and great rates. That's what you get with Atlantic Insurance Advisors. Remember, everyone's just one torrential downpour away from a flood. And with rates as low as $129 per year, why would you not get coverage? Call 772-233-4444 or email flood@atlanticinsurance.us and save hundreds on all your insurance needs. That's 772-233-4444, 233-4444 for Atlantic Insurance Advisors. Are you selling your home, wondering how you're ever going to move all your belongings? Well, don't wonder. Call the trusted moving professionals from Mr. Small Move. Their staff of full-time movers are ready to take the stress out of your next move. Mr. Small Move will safely pack, move, then place and assemble your belongings at your new location. So if you're moving, call the trusted professionals at Mr. Small Move. For a free estimate, call 283-5540. That's 772-283-5540 for Mr. Small Move. Every 13 seconds, a home intrusion is committed in the United States, with property loss totals in the billions. Take action today to prevent it from happening to you with ADT, protecting homes and businesses for more than 136 years. Protect Security is your authorized ADT dealer on the Treasure Coast. Call Richard Stratman today at 772-708-2691. Protect Security and ADT, offering peace of mind security 24/7. Call today, Protect Security, 708-2691. Dramatic change invites invigorating new energy. Let Decorating Den Interiors create a dramatic change in your home's decor. They'll create a look that's important to you. Begin your home's gorgeous transformation by calling Decorating Den Interiors on the Treasure Coast at 692-8589. Visit their waterfront design studios on Southeast Osceola Street, downtown Stuart, and online at stewartdecorator.com. Has a recent foreclosure, bankruptcy, or short sale spoiled your credit? Fidelity Funding may be able to help. Their hometown lenders are specially trained to work with your credit history to find the perfect loan program and get you back on track. Even if credit is no problem, Fidelity Funding offers many dynamic loan programs. Call Fidelity Funding on the Treasure Coast at 772-237-5211. They work day in and out with realtors in your community to find you the house you love. Call 237-5211 for Fidelity Funding. When you buy a home without a house master inspection, things can break down without warning. When things break down without warning, you get angry. When you get angry, you may commit acts of random violence. When you commit acts of random violence, you could do hard time. Don't do hard time. Call Housemaster for your home inspection needs. 772-336-2111 or visit them on the web, stlucy.housemaster.com. You're listening to WSTU Stewart.
All right, welcome back to Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed. Remember to like us on Facebook at Treasure Coast Real Estate Unleashed at Facebook. We can go to Twitter. We're on Twitter as well at TREU Radio. You can go to TREURadio.com. We got a great website where you can actually click and read about all of our individual realtors. You can go to their direct websites, contact them directly, or you can also contact the the TREU Radio Realtor Hotline. I guess we can call it that, right?
Oh, yeah.
The TREU Radio Realtor Hotline.
Brand new, fresh out of the oven.
Yeah.
Be the first one to call.
So fresh, it'll reach out and smack you. 772-444-2590. It's actually posted also on the TREURadio.com website right there at the top. So you can go to TREURadio.com. Remember, that's TREU, not TRUE, TREU radio.com. And actually found out that the word true stands for loyal in German. So that's what you need. You need loyal people working with you. I guess in the technical terms, a fiduciary agreement. But still, that doesn't necessarily mean loyalty.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and sometimes that loyalty can be uncomfortable. There are times as realtors we have to say things that customers aren't going to like, pointing out, hey, can you clean up a little bit? Can you pick this up? Some people don't want to be told that they're dirty, even though they know that they are. Or when we talk about pricing, we're not coming in to be wrong. What we want to do is just be as honest. And if you're not occasionally hearing something that maybe you don't like from the realtor, they're not being honest with you. We need to tell everyone, hey, this is the way it is.
Yeah, and it's the way how you say it too. A lot of times, like I had one house that was like that, and I said, you know what? I said, this month what we're doing is we're going to gift a cleaning service. So can I schedule it?
That's great.
You don't pay for it. It's like $80, and they're like, wow, you're going to pay somebody? We're just going to.
Without telling them that their house is a big
exactly.
Smart
so
move.
Yeah, I'll have them come Monday, and then Monday afternoon we're going to come take pictures. Is that okay?
Oh, that is classic.
Because I feel
that's slick.
I feel uncomfortable about telling people, hey, your house is a mess, or pick up the underwear off the floor in the bathroom, that kind of thing. Because I've actually gone to houses and scheduled time and went in there and say, wow,
You would think that that'd be the first thing that people would do.
Well, and now we've been talking about the aesthetics, but there's also another very important thing that affects you the moment you walk in the door, and that's smell.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
houses don't all smell like mine.
Not all houses smell peachy.
No, some smell better. Really.
That I wouldn't be surprised.
And the thing is, I
smells like vodka.
I think all of us are animal lovers.
You've been to my house?
No, I heard. That's why I haven't.
Nice. But you've walked into someone's house when you can tell that they're not bathing their dog constantly, or they're not cleaning up, or they don't clean their kitty litter.
Yeah.
That smell can, especially if you're a person if the customer's not an animal person, it actually smacks you in the face when you walk in the door. You're like, what the,
And Carol was saying baking cookies, the smell of cookies or apples and stuff like that.
Yeah, we used to bake apple pies.
And
nice.
Stuff,
But even those you have to get rid of. You can't cover up the smell.
Yeah.
You have to get rid of the smell.
Febreze.
Yeah. And cleaning. But what people don't realize, especially with animals, a lot of that gets under the under the couches, and you have to move all the furniture. You have to get under that. That's where that dander comes from. Because if someone walks into a house and the allergy hits them, they're going to walk right back out the door.
My nose starts twitching the day.
Yeah, I'm big like with smoke. If I walk into a house and I know people have been smoking like crazy, I won't even.
I had a townhouse in Emerald Lakes that was like that. It was tenant occupied. The people lived there for like 4 years, and they ended up getting evicted. But when we went into the house after the people left, you could look at the air-conditioned ducts, and it was pure black. So we went to open up the AC, and the filter was like part of the unit.
Oh, my God. They'd never been changed.
And these people, they painted, they cleaned, they did. We couldn't get. I said, you have to replace the duct cleaning.
Yeah,
I mean, you would know more about
that stuff gets embedded. You
Oh,
can't
my
get
God.
that out.
You couldn't get it out. And I'm telling you, I lost so many. Finally, I sold it. It was to a smoker, believe it or not. Because, like you said, they really don't notice the smell as much. But that was the worst I've ever seen. And, I mean, it was tile floors, too. There was no rug, fresh paint.
That's pretty bad, because usually paint can get rid of a lot of smells, but wow.
We even went to the paint store and says, "Can you sell me a paint that has high?"
I need high odor paint.
Yeah. So we could kind of, but
well, they probably painted, because when they took the pictures off the wall, there was a yellow stain.
It was black. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was popcorn ceiling, so the black. It was just
smoke is depending on the type of duct system for air conditioning. Smoke it just can kill a system.
I mean, does duct cleaning actually?
What's only certain if the fibrous duct is very, very porous. So because
it's in there.
Yeah, it's inch and a half thick. It's in there. Yeah. You can try to clean it. You can try to antimicrobial it. You can try to fog it, but it's eventually just going to come back. So now some of the flexible duct, which is the inside of it is a very smooth. It's like those giant centipede-looking things we used to crawl through as kids.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically what flexible duct is, just with insulation over it. So it's smooth on the inside. So you can't really clean that. There's only one or two devices that'll do it. But for the cost of trying to clean it, for just a couple dollars more, it's easier just to replace it.
Just replace it.
Yeah, just to replace it. And plus, that gives you the benefit of having somebody design the system better for you. That's what I do with my other company. I'm dealing with businesses. I did a restaurant over in California this week. I did a 3-story house in Georgia, and we redesigned the whole entire duct system. And they installed it already. And the guy's like, I have never, since I've lived in this house, never had this good airflow in all these rooms.
No, that's really good. That's actually a nice addition there. Andrew, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
What is your feeling on if, say, someone's saying their appliances are older, the air conditioner's older, and they're talking about, oh, do I have to replace these? What's your thought about them just offering a homeowner's warranty to the buyers? You think that's a good idea?
Yeah, I usually go one of two ways. If it's something that they're really, really old, I'll tell them that maybe we'll do a concession. And again, go to Jetsons or whatever, and you can get some nice color, photos, and then put it right on the counter on a display saying that, we'll give you $2,500 toward these new appliances, or do the, American Home Shield warranty or something like that. So yeah, one of those two ways is a good way of doing that. Again, I don't suggest changing them out normally,
right?
Unless it's broken. If it doesn't work, then we need to do that. Because again, we want a nice, clean home inspection. But appliances, you could spend $2,500 on a whole package, or you can go sub-zero and spend thousands. Right. So, that's one of those things that personal touch.
Excellent.
Yeah. No, but I definitely agree with the curb appeal. With the air conditioning, that's something that that the inspector is going to say that has to. I guess we have a caller. Let's go to our phones. We've got just a minute left. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Who are we speaking with?
This is Maydell.
Hi, Maydell. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
We got just a minute. Is this the young lady you were speaking about?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So we're working hard here, Maydell. I tell you, you got a great guy here helping you out, Mr. Andrew Sesta.
I know. That's why I'm calling to say thank you.
Oh,
and
you're welcome.
He's the best.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you.
The check will be in the mail for saying that.
No, thank you so much. And hopefully we'll get some calls in when I get back to the office and have something for you to see this afternoon.
Sure we will. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. Thanks for calling
Wonderful,
in.
Miguel. Thank you for calling in.
No, that was awesome.
All right. Well, if you want to hear any part of the show, you want to go to TREURadio.com to hear some of the topics and tips. The entry door is actually number one on the list. We have a couple other, different things, but we talked about the bathroom addition is actually one of the worst investments that you can make when redoing it. But I'd say to Andrew's point, if you are looking to do anything like that, I think that's an excellent idea to bring some people in, get some ideas and estimates, take some pictures of what the difference is, and let the new homeowner make that decision.
Exactly.
I think that's the best. Well, I want to thank Andrew Sesta, Carol Morgan, Farouk Ali, Scott McAllister for being here on True Radio. And for Zig Ziglar, we close with the show. What you get by achieving your goals is not nearly as important as what you become by achieving your goals.
Nice. The Zig Man.
The Zig Man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to True Radio. We'll be back next Thursday right here on WSTU 1450.